And the truth is, these elections that we have had have actually cast a lot of doubt, and they don't actually tint the image of the country in democratic credentials hugely. My name is Thomas Mokonte. I'm the spokesperson for the Consortium for Good Governance, Human Rights and Rule of Law. The Consortium for Good Governance, Human Rights and Rule of Law, a consortium comprised of 17 civil society organizations drawn from different facets of this country. We get interest in issues of human rights, rule of law, and democratic governance. We get a position on the June 24 elections as alone, as civil society activists. We monitor the process, we observe the process. Things that we observe in the electoral process, we also don't be detailed in the reports of other international and local observers. And things that have to do with free, fair, and credible nature of the elections. The elections, we all note that observers from both the international and local communities don't acclaim them for being fraught with a lot of problems. That there were a lot of challenges for people for even reach to the stations. People within certain areas we are marginalized, we are victimized from going to their areas they need for go vote. Certain parties don't even get agents in certain areas them for actually go and do their work for observe on behalf of the parties. We notice certain political parties, Solwaten and certain areas at the southeast, we are victimized, party offices we are burnt. We notice, of course, a lot of human rights abuse happen. Killings take place, physical attacks, people were displaced. And the electoral process, all country and proper, we get a lot of challenges. We have to do with transparency. And when once an electoral process gets transparency issues, wherein the Electoral Commission fail to make it clear or for display the computation process of the results, so that political parties will get a clearer view of the entire process. It casts a shadow of doubt into the electoral process. And today, reports will don't come out from other observers like New. It points at the fact that the process, in fact, even the figures that we NEC don't announce, they at variance with what happen at different stations. Now the elections we are supposed to go into runoff. This view, we also hold this view as a consortium. And that's why we join voice with the organizations here, so we hold them views here because them views and they in line with we own views and observations. For say, we believe that elections were not free and fair and they were not transparent. That there is need for people already in charge of conducting elections, institutions therefore own up their responsibilities and respect the people of this country. Power, authority, and legitimacy, they come from the people through the ballots. And when once we see a situation where the views, the aspirations, the will of the people, they'll be thwarted, they'll be subverted by state institutions supposed to protect them, we get a duty to come out and call them out and call things as they are. We have seen a lot of attempts to try for actually create a different narrative in the public domain by different state actors and other civil society institutions. We believe say everybody come at this world and everybody gets the role we will play. If that not the role they don't decide to play, we not go fault them on that. We role is to ensure that we hold government institutions account and stand by the truth and defend the truth. And the truth is, these elections that we have had have actually cast a lot of doubt, and they don't actually tint the image of the country in democratic credentials hugely. So we are very concerned about that. And the attacks on the international community by members of government or state functionaries, other actors, is unfortunate. It's unfortunate. When people observe elections and get a right and get a duty for come out and explain what everything they see. If these people come out and explain the realities they will see on the ground, we see and say it is unfortunate for anybody in the right senses for one for they go out and begin to attack them and attack their personalities, and even we get reports of attacks, death threats on observers then in this country. It is unfortunate. Salone cannot stand alone. Salone is part of a wider global community. We don't rely on the international community hugely in this country, before the war and even after the war. We see the role where international community play and where they continue to play in with developmental aspirations in this country. It is sad, It is unfortunate, it is uncalled for, it is unwise. Unless we continue for in a state wherein people they attack the international community simply because they came out and made their position clear. So this press conference was deliberately organized to bring out these issues and to take a position on this. Because we believe as civil rights activists, we get a duty for stand by the truth and defend the truth wherever it is needed. We position resonates with the international community in position. We observe these elections. We were accredited by the Electoral Commission. We were all over the place. For instance, my organization alone, I began over 50 observers. We have been moved within this Western area no more. And we observe other parts of the country. Similarly with other organizations, already part of this consortium. So we are very, very much abreast with the issues. We get first-hand knowledge about what happens at centers. And we know we don't follow the process up to this point, we continue to follow up. So whatever we say, we are saying it out of experience and what we observe. And we observations and they in line, thoroughly in line with within the international community or observers they observe. And that is why we believe, we get a duty for bringing out the issues there. Attacking the international community, the observations or what have you don't come out, is one of the most uncouth things that way anybody will do. So I feel let me just see how we forget to institutions that will be credible. And let me ensure that we respect the will of the people. Because power and authority and legitimacy, they only come from the people of this country and nothing else. Any other way possible to get power or authority is illegitimate.